Hey, how's it going? Happy Pride, everybody. Let me know if you need the music down a little bit now that I'm also talking. I'm just going to assume you do. Oh, doing this with the trackpad is hard. How's it going? How's it going? Happy Pride. Happy Pride. Also, thanks for the resub, Pint. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. 25 whole goddamn months. How dare you? I appreciate it. It's going good? That's good, good, good. Ah, so back up a little bit. Okay, cool. I can do that. Halfway between the... Okay. I'm just gonna assume that's fine and not move it because I can't. I can't move it more carefully than that. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Cool, cool, cool. I'm glad it's going good, Pint. It's going good for me too, despite all of the smoke going on. I like... Breathing is a whole thing. I have physiotherapy today, and having to get to it through all the smoke, it was good. It was good. I'm glad I have a giant respirator that keeps all the smoke out, because like, it's a bad sign that like I can see outside without sunglasses on. That's not supposed to happen. 25 months of joy. I appreciate it. You're good bean. Good bean. Woo! It's not working. I can't even believe I've been streaming for that long, to be honest. It's like 2 whole goddamn years. More than that. Smoke is not fun. No, it's really not. And I like a whole lot less the like implications of like, oh yeah, we have more fires in Canada now than we usually have in an average entire wildfire season, and it's not even the normal start of wildfire season yet. And I'm like, cool, cool. I love that global warming is making making itself known more than ever, and also like, it's just, we've never had fires like this in Ontario that I'm aware of, or in like smoke like this. It's so bad I could barely see the CN Tower from the east end of Lakeshore. Yeah. I'm in like Midtown. I can barely, like, I can't really see it. Like this morning when I was leaving the house, like looking down the street, like it was noticeably foggy from the smoke, just like at ground level through a residential block. Like that's bizarre. And like, yeah, right now it's 5:45. And outside, it's the color of sunset, but sunset's not for another like 3 hours. So it shouldn't be that golden right now. That's fun. I'm trying to think. Yeah, because like normally Ontario doesn't really get that many fires because, you know, we have the largest amount of fresh water in the world. So it's usually pretty wet here. You saw a clip. Conservatives were asking Trudeau how much a tax on gas was going to raise food prices. That seems more like a question for Galen Weston, to be honest, considering like gas prices have been going down for a while and food prices have still been going up. Like, fucking conservatives are stupid. Yeah, I mean, federal politics are stupid and I can't. Yeah, and when we do get fires that are up north, which is like further from the Great Lakes and where it's a little drier. Not that like any fires are good, but like having it be like extreme wildfire risk around like the GTA is very not normal. Like, because I grew up in cottage country, so like I remember like as a kid we'd have to like be careful. Like there'd be times where we weren't allowed to have like campfires and stuff, but that wouldn't be in June. First of all, that would be in like July, August, and it wouldn't be everywhere all of the time. It certainly wouldn't be this far south. It's just weird. I'm trying to think other stuff that's happening. Yeah, it's Pride Month, which is dope. I've got Pride shirt and my cum hat on. I love this hat. This hat is great. I wore this hat to like a social thing last week, and it was really funny because people either were like, that's a dope hat, or they like wouldn't notice for a bit and then do like a double take. It was really funny. Yeah, Trudeau doesn't answer a question, but federal politics just makes me depressed, to be honest. Speaking of being depressed, everything trans-related happening ever right now is the worst. Literally, I go on Twitter way less often than I used to, especially considering I need to be on it all the time for work. But I'm on it a lot less often, and when I go on it, like anytime I see anything that's like about trans or queer issues, the replies are just filled with like genocidal nonsense, and I'm like, oh my god, my finger hurts from blocking you all, but like, Jesus. Like I've never seen Twitter this bad since like Gamergate, which is not a comparison I wanted to be making, to be honest. I've been getting swollen. Speaking of, look at my arm. Look at how big that is. Look at my arms. My arms are large. So I've been working out a lot and doing a lot of physiotherapy and training a bunch, and my shoulders have mostly stopped dislocating all the time, which is dope and cool and my favorite thing. Like it's still like, I don't know, they click all the time, but you read this and realized it was probably true. Republicans won on Roe v. Wade, and they have to come up with a new goalpost to get people upset about. And it's a bit of that, and a bit like, it was always gonna escalate this way. Because that's how fascism works, is that you always need a like outsider to attack to be the problem. And then like all of a sudden drag queen's the problem. Yeah, but like the reason they pick trans people is also because the point is the goal is Christofascism, and anything that stands in the way of a white Christofascist nation needs to be eliminated. So like trans stuff already like once you get to the point where you've accepted that you can transgress like the biological binary of male and female, like once you realize that that's a social construct and not immutable and you can do what you want with your body, then it becomes really difficult to then be like, okay, but then like sex is a sin and like all this other stuff. Like it's, once you question fundamentals, it becomes difficult for you to accept the more esoteric control. Like, if women can just become men, then like, and men and women are not these immutable opposites, then how can men be inherent protectors and women be vulnerable and in need of protection? How can men be the leaders and the head of household and women never allowed to be leaders and only around for making the babies and Like, if you have these inherent ideas of, like, women being nurturers and stuff, then, like, these inherent ideas of what they're like doesn't make sense if you can just switch. Like, how can someone who's inherently nurturing, like a man, become a woman who's inherently nurturing? Or how can a nurturing woman that's vulnerable become a man who's a protector and be strong like that? Like, it doesn't really make sense. So, like, that has to go. Same with, like, okay, white people having gay relationships, that's not okay, because then you're not having babies to indoctrinate into Christianity to become arrows in your quiver for God. So, like, all of this stuff goes in, it all serves a similar goal. Even, like, all of the right-wing Christians being against sex work, because that's a way for women and gender minorities to opt out of corporate control and employment discrimination and succeed financially on their own terms. That doesn't work. You need women to be under the control of men. Or COVID restrictions. Like, okay, you need to be against those because you need disabled people to die because they're not useful for reproducing. And also, the attack on COVID restrictions happened right when people realized that it was mostly racial minorities that were being affected the most, that were most likely to get infected because they work mostly public-facing jobs. And that's a really good way to get rid of non-white, non-Christians. Just like, same thing with the attack on Roe v. Wade. It's all about making more white Christian babies at the end of the day. So, like, all of these things are connected, and it's super annoying for people to act like they're all, like, discrete, separate things when they're not. Or, hell, even, like, the apocalyptic thinking also serves this, because they believe that, when the apocalypse hits, Jesus will come back or whatever, so they need, a Jewish ethno-state in Israel to kickstart this prophecy. They need the world to end, in order for Jesus to come back and all the believers to be raptured. Like, that's why they don't care about climate change, and it doesn't matter because Jesus is gonna come back any minute now, so it doesn't matter. The earth is gonna be destroyed in a holy war anyway. So, like, all of this shit is connected, and it's deeply frustrating and annoying to, like, see all this stuff happening and to know where it's going and not really being able to do anything other than just constantly tell people what's happening. And, you know, I've had the benefit of a lot of my friends, like, hear me talk about this stuff and it makes sense and they get it, but, like, God, sometimes I'm like, this is gonna happen, and then people don't believe me, and I'm like, just wait like a year and you'll see. And then it happens, and I'm like, yep, I love being a Cassandra. It's my favorite thing, is, like, seeing an apocalypse on the horizon and not being able to do anything. So yeah, it's been a lot to just watch, like, a nightmare world happen around me. It's fun. I'm trying to think other shit that's happened that's less depressing. Cause yeah, trans news has been just on a downward spiral the last little bit. I will say, the courts have been striking down or freezing laws, like transphobic laws in, like, Florida and throughout the US, and starting, so that's good. That super fun evangelical idea that life is the bad thing you suffer for the eternal paradise of heaven, real fun for the rest of us. Yeah. It's like, I just have to, like, if the point is to suffer, then you have no motivation to stop the suffering, right? But, like, I don't want to suffer because I don't believe in heaven. I think that this is the only life I get. This is the only moment in time in all of the history of the universe where I get to be here and experience things, so I would like it to suck a little less, thank you. But yeah. Though in Canadian news, we gotta not get in our britches about the US being really shitty on trans stuff, because it's happening here too. Specifically the YCDSB, the York District Catholic School Board, has been really transphobic lately, and it's not the students or the teachers. They've actually been pretty pro-trans rights, but the board and the school board trustee has been just doing what they want, no matter what the teachers and students and families say. And this is why we need to make sure that we're always voting for our local school trustees, because if you don't, the Christo-fascists will. So make sure you vote for those. Make sure when you're voting in your local elections that you like actually look this shit up. Fuck Ford, yes, absolutely. Also, hi Lucy! And then also, there's been an article going around. Cum hat, yeah. Hey y'all. But yeah, there's an article going around about, there's, I can't remember the specific thing, but it's a minority group within evangelical Christianity here in Canada that wants to infiltrate and take over politically by installing political candidates, especially in school trustee positions, but just generally. So like, it's very, 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 very important to be voting and to like know who you're voting for. And also, I know for a fact that the vast majority of even Christian Canadians are like not chill with that, because the goal is for specifically evangelical Christian values to be the law of the land in Canada, like literally Christian biblical law, and to make Canada a Christian country. They say again, but like, fuck off with that. So yeah, and like, oh, thank you, Lucy. I appreciate it.
Just resubscribed for 2 months.
2 months, 2 whole months, with them Bezos bucks. Fuck you, Jeffrey. I appreciate the Jeffrey dollars. But yeah, and it doesn't just affect, like, you know, obviously I'm a Satanist. I don't exactly want like Christians to be in control of my life, because obviously our values are going to be different, but it's important for everyone, because Protestants aren't super thrilled with like Catholics, and even amongst Protestants, like evangelical Christians are not going to be okay with like liberal and progressive left-wing Christians, or like, it's not going to be good for anybody except those who literally agree 100%. So like, oh, the music and alerts are echoing. That's probably because I don't have headphones on. Is that better? Yeah. It's because like my mic is there, and then my laptop's just there, so the speakers are like, it's a Rode mic. It's like a camera mic, so it's pointed right at me, but like there's still, if I have things too loud. I just want to wear headphones because I've been wearing them like all day. I'm tired. And I have a meeting later. Yes, okay, cool. Because I have a fucking TSD meeting tonight and I'm tired. But I figured, hey, I already gotta set everything up so like lights up and stuff for that, so I might as well chat for a bit. And I'm already gonna be dressed because I had physiotherapy, and I was gonna stream yesterday, but I laid down for a nap and I woke up disoriented and I didn't know what universe I was in, so. Enjoy talking about the shit Elle did? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't really want to get into it too much just because that is in fact what my meeting's about. But yeah. I mean, it'll be good to talk just a bunch of queer people about it. Yeah. Yeah. Elle does all sorts of shit, right? He gets in the way of Kira. He doesn't appreciate Misa the way that he should. Fucking Elle. Just turn it into a Death Note joke. Hi, Isha. Welcome in. Welcome in. You're not dumb, Lucy. I'm just silly. How you doing? Yeah. Christa fascism is bad, guys. I don't feel like You did a shoot with Rash today. How did that go? I saw on Instagram and followed them. It's done and edited already? Hell yeah. Oh, those are some sick emotes. I can see fire, and I believe that's Kojima. And some shifty eyes. But like, the Kojima one is brilliant. I am so mad about not getting Silent Hills with Del Toro, though. I will never not be pissed about that. I will never be over that. Like, PT is such a great trailer and such a great experience, but like, oh my god, I wanted Silent Hills so bad. It's a good set. Yeah, those are some sick emotes. Trying to think of other stuff that's happened. I don't want to spoil anything from the plot, but I've been obsessed with Generation Loss lately, which is a series of streams that Ronbo did on Twitch. It was like a live horror thing that ran for 3 episodes, so it was like 6 hours. The first episode was funny. The second one was funny, but also had some horrific implications, and the third one just made everyone upset. So, I ended up watching it because like I'm a big fan of Ethan, and Ethan was on the second episode with a bunch of other streamers, and it was a fun time. It was a fun time. There was a lot of goo. There was there was a lot happening, and I want to info dump about it so badly, but I can't spoil people on it because it's such a good just like live experience, and the VODs I think are up on YouTube. But it's sick. It was sick. And then god, what else have I done? Yeah, it's super cool. It gave me like vibes of like the lore aspects of Unus Annus with like bits of Kolok. It wasn't like, obviously it's not like an RPG, it's like improv. But it had sort of like, I really like seeing content creators do like narrative content, especially like long form narrative content where they can like write something and create something that isn't just like React content or gaming content or whatever. So it's always good to see people being like, oh, I'm gonna make like a short series, like a short fiction series, or I'm gonna make like a movie. Like Markiplier's doing a fucking movie, which is dope. And it's great to see people like writing and creating and making things. Makes me happy. Speaking of things I've seen, I've also seen the new Spider-Man movie, the new Spider-Verse movie, which is, I'm not gonna spoil anything, no spoilers in chat for people who haven't seen it, but also really fucking cool. And there is one thing I want to mention from it, just because it's Pride Month, and it's a thing that's like in the trailer, and it doesn't spoil anything plot-wise, but in the trailer and in the movie, you can see in Spider-Gwen's room, there's like a protect trans kids, like trans pride flag behind her. And it makes me so happy because A, it implies that she is at minimum an ally, but probably trans herself. And the cool thing is you can, because it's not really explicitly talked about, you can kind of take that in many ways. Like you can be like, okay, well, uses she, her pronouns and might be a trans woman, or might be non-binary, or might be transmasculine or something. Like you can kind of read that however you want, which I also really like, because it's dope to be like cosplaying a character that like has like a Trans Lives Matters like fucking thing. And I think also in the trailer, I think, but Miles has like a little BLM thing somewhere. I can't remember if it's like a pin on his bag or what the fuck it is, but it's a little Black Lives Matters thing, which I appreciate. Thank you for the no spoilers. I'm trying to find the time to see it. Lol. Also, yes, protect trans kids. Yeah. No, I would never spoil something, especially like it hasn't even been out for a week yet. Like, yeah, people haven't had time to see it. That's totally fair. But yeah, without spoilers, it definitely holds up as a sequel to the first one. Like, I thought it would be really hard to meet that standard that the first one set with how good it was, and it absolutely does. It is fantastic. It's emotional, it's funny, it's well written, and yeah, like I definitely appreciate, like, would recommend if you can get the time to go see it in the theaters. Like, I really recommend it. I really do. It's such a good movie. Yeah, I've been trying so hard to not spoil anything. Oh, the Toronto Fire Department has the progress flag as a sticker on at least one truck. Oh god, hell yes! We love to see it. This stream bot in my Discord was not kind with the auto screenshot. It never is. It really never is. Because it always catches me in the middle of talking. It's never when I'm like just paused. With the intersex flag, hell yeah. Hell yeah. It's the little circly one, right? I am really happy whenever I see like supportive queer stuff, especially lately, because we've been going through it a little bit. It's been a little bit of a lot of a bit. I just get so worried about things all the time now, but yeah. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do anything for Pride this year. Yes, the circle one. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm doing anything for Pride this year in particular. Cause like, normally I don't really go out, especially like since COVID, I really just haven't. Like my work has like a Pride party, like for just us, that I'm gonna be going to. But other than that, like, there's also an older process flag up in the Distillery District on one of the old buildings. Oh, dope, that's awesome. You really want to go to that? If you can, that would be sick. If not, then next party. I think I invited you and Salt, and both of you may or may not be able to make it. I'm like, okay. I'm trying to think other shit that's going on. A list of digital Pride events you've seen going around? Oh, that's dope. Yeah, like, you hate your sister, so you might ditch your sister's thing. That would make sense, honestly. But yeah, the Pride stuff here in Toronto, like the the main marches are just so corporate and just don't interest me. Like, I don't need to see the main Pride parade. The Dyke March is usually a little bit better, but like, even then, the only thing I've really gone to more than like once or twice has been like the Trans March. Especially, like, I didn't get to go last year. Last year was my first year post-top surgery, but I didn't get to go because I had, like, other shit going on. I think I had work that day, or I had something. But maybe I'll go just to the Trans March this year, just because that's important. But that might be the only thing. Because, like, that feels more important to do this year than normal, to be honest. But it is the summer of I can go topless now. Now that my chest is healed. And I'm probably going to start doing, at least like if I end up at the beach or whatever, I'm not fucking wearing a shirt anymore. Goddamn. I'm not wearing a fucking bikini top to the fucking beach. I don't have boobs. I don't give a shit. People can just get used to it. I have like swim trunks like a dude would. I'll just wear swim trunks. Or I can just like be like an old man and wear like a banana hammock. Except for I don't have a banana, so I don't even know how that would work. Like, how would you wear like a Speedo? I guess it would just fit like a normal bikini bottom with like a little roomier. Nom nom nom. I really need to stop chewing on ice, but will I? Absolutely not. Oh, big update though. That's gonna also affect my ability to enjoy the summer. I started new medication recently, and I'm really fucking happy with it. So I had a doctor's appointment. It's just where you keep a dime bag of goldfish crackers. Oh my god. Steph, no. Not keeping goldfish crackers in a dime bag in my crotch. It's not happening. Snack banana for later. Thanks, chat. I appreciate you. Fucking. You guys are the worst. But yeah, so I started new medication because I had a doctor's appointment like 2 weeks ago now. But yeah, so 2 weeks ago, I had a doctor's appointment where I had to show up. It's the stupidest doctor's appointment I've ever fucking had. I had to show up. Stop. I'm not putting an orange in my fucking bikini either. Anyway. Fucking stop distracting me. I had a doctor's appointment and it was stupid. I had to show up to my doctor's appointment in a long sleeve shirt and a hoodie and my winter cloak and like sweatpants and knee-high socks and a fucking hat. I was so goddamn hot. And this is like, again, like a week and a half ago. It was the fucking worst. I felt awful. I felt like I was dying. I thought I was gonna have a heart attack. Not genuinely, but it felt like it. And the whole point of this was so that my doctor could see how my POTS is. So for anyone who doesn't know, I have POTS. It's postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, which is, if you know what those words mean, it means what it says. Anytime I change position or stand up, my heart rate goes really fast and it's not really that helpful. It feels like I'm having a heart attack when it happens and I can't breathe. And it's made worse by like heat, which is why the decision was made to make me extremely hot and uncomfortable to trigger it on purpose. So I went into my doctor's office and we checked my blood pressure and my heart rate, laying down, sitting up, standing up. And the reason we had to do it like this is because normally you do a tilt table test, which you get strapped to a table and you get tilted everywhere. Ontario doesn't have one of those. So I couldn't do the normal test. Instead, we had to make me sick, the slow way. But anyway, so we did that, figured out my blood pressure is stable enough that I can go on medication. She was concerned because apparently my heart rate goes higher than she would expect. Like, there's times where like my resting heart rate is like 160, 170, which is not normal. That's usually if I'm having a really bad time. Normally it only really gets like 140. But like in heat waves, yeah, like 160 is not unheard of if I have to like go outside when it's like 40 degrees. So we figured that out, got me medication. And then also, because my POTS behaved slightly weird, I am on a wait list for a year to see a cardiologist that specializes in POTS. Now, and I also have to do a Holter monitor test, which is like a thing on me for like 2 days to see what the hell my heart's doing. So we have that too. I haven't done that yet. I have to. But anyway, so we had all this stuff to see how I'm doing, and in the meantime, my doctor felt comfortable giving me like a weak beta blocker to see if that would help lower my heart rate so that I could tolerate being outside when it's warm. And so I picked them up, but she was like, oh, if you black out or pass out from these, go to the ER immediately because you're having a heart attack. I'm like, cool. You've given me medication that could give me a heart attack. Now I'm super anxious to take them. But the really funny thing is beta blockers are also used off-label to treat anxiety. So, I mean, my thought was, I mean, at least once I take them, I won't be as anxious anymore. So I guess I'll just deal with it. So when Steph and I went to go see Spider-Man on Friday, it was like 35 degrees or some shit. It was hot as fuck. And I'm like, well, this is a good time to test them because I'm not doing anything like particularly strenuous and I can see how I react to them. And if I fucking pass out before we get to the theater, I can just go straight to the hospital because we'll be halfway there anyway. So I took my medication, super anxious, being like, I really hope I don't have a heart attack because I have things to do this weekend. So good news, didn't have a heart attack. Other very good news, walking down the street for the first time in like a decade, I was able to breathe when it was hot, which sounds weird. Like, the not being able to breathe is this very weird fucking thing where it's not that like my throat is closing up or anything. There's nothing wrong with my lungs. I think it's specifically called like dyspnea is I think the medical term for it, but people with POTS call it air hunger, where no matter how much you like, essentially if I breathe like that right now while I'm just normal, I would hyperventilate. But like you just breathe really deep, really fast, like as fast as you can, as deep as you can, and it's still not enough air and you still feel like you're out of breath. I'm pretty sure that happens because your heart's beating so fast that the oxygen can't get from your lungs into your blood because the blood's moving too fast. So you're just like kind of suffocating because your heart rate's going too fast. It feels as bad as it sounds. So like, yeah, for the last decade, anytime I go outside and it's over like 27 degrees, 28 degrees, I feel like I'm suffocating to death and having a heart attack at the same time. And that's just, I gotta go to the bank. Cool, I'm gonna feel like I'm having a heart attack. And then when I get home, I have to like lay down for 2 hours. Air hunger sucks so bad. It's the worst. Or like, oh man, I had to like, I don't know, do like I had to like sweep the floor in my apartment when it's like warm. Guess I'm just gonna fucking pant for the next 12 years. Like, it feels horrendous. So when I tell you I took this medication, walked 2 blocks in the heat to the streetcar, and like could breathe and talk at the same time the whole way without running out of air, like, it is the best I've ever felt in the heat since I was like a kid. It's ridiculous how good I felt. And like obviously my heart rate went up a little bit because of the heat. That's normal, but it was like 110 maybe, which is like low. That's like the low end for me standing anyway. And I just felt so fucking good. Like, I still am physically incapable of sweating, so like I was still warm, but like, other than feeling uncomfortable in my flesh, like I still felt hot on my skin, but like other than that, I wasn't having like the same like dizziness and lightheadedness and breathing issues and heart issues that I normally have when it's that hot. I felt so fucking good. And the only real side effects I had was on the bus, I was a little bit motion sick. Like, I got motion sick easier than I normally do, which is weird. And then I had really intense muscle cramps and shin splints in my left calf and shin. Like, just my lower left leg felt like shit the whole time. Maybe not the whole time. As soon as we got into the theater, I think it was like going from the heat where it was helping into like the cold theater made my like circulation got all funky. And then my leg really hurt, and I have a huge bruise on my calf now. Shin splints do really suck. So that didn't feel great, and I was really worried about DVT, like deep vein thrombosis, because that's not good either. But apparently that isn't a risk from what was happening. It just meant that like essentially my leg was kind of falling asleep from there not being as much blood in it, and that was causing muscle spasms. So that wasn't great, but honestly, as long as I kept bouncing my leg and moving my leg around, it wasn't too bad. And I feel like it would only really be an issue if I like took my medication and then sat in the cold for a while. So my plan is to just not take my medication in the like late fall and winter. Is just don't take those when it's not hot, because if I take it when it's not hot, I will feel awful. So yeah, it's just like a one as needed sort of thing. It lasts for about like 4 hours. And yeah, it's been great. Num num. But yeah, I definitely like, I kind of wish I had talked to my doctor about medication earlier, because it would have made things less sucky for the last few years. But yeah, I would definitely say if you're like finding you can't breathe when it's warm, maybe talk to your doctor and be like, I want this to stop, please. But I'm glad I'm doing it now rather than later. And quite honestly, I think it was talking to Alice, because Alice in the community also has POTS and is on meds and stuff. So it was like, knowing that like she's okay on them, I was like, okay, like, yeah, maybe I can take medication and I'll be alive and fine. I mean, everyone with EDS and POTS like is affected differently, but like, yeah, it was good to just be like, okay, it's not hopeless. I can maybe try something. And like a lot of my other health issues are mostly resolved. That's another health update. I had a gastroscope last week, and that went really, really well as well, where they said like, obviously they still have to do like the biopsy and give my doctor like the full report with all the results. But when I came out of it, they said everything looked normal. And considering the last time I had one, like 5 or 6, 7 something, God, like how long ago was my last gastroscope? It was like 2015 or something. Anyway, the last time I had one, I woke up and they were like confused, didn't know if I'd fasted or not because there was still food in there, which shouldn't have been in there because I had been fasting for like 36 hours. There's still somehow fucking food in there. They told me like, yes, you absolutely have gastroparesis. Your stomach was like barely moving at all the entire time we were in there. Like very clearly I woke up and they're like, something is fucking weird with your stomach. And now like, they're like, yeah, your stomach seems normal. I'm like, ah. Yes, thank you. I'm so happy about the improvements. Like I'm down to taking my meds twice a week, rather than every day like I used to. I had gone down to 1 a week, but that made my bowels mad. So I'm back to 2. But yeah, like I don't feel like my appetite is less now that I've taken less. I'm mostly taking less to save money, and because like I don't need to be taking them every day, and I don't want to be taking them every day if I don't need to. And it saves me money. And also like it was getting to the point where like I'd take them and then I'd be like, I need to eat an entire pizza right now. And that's not healthy, to be so hungry all of the time that you need to eat constantly. Like the medication was helpful when I was averaging like 800 calories a day and starving, and I needed to kickstart my appetite, but now I don't need them as much. They're mostly there for like to maintain things. And I'm so happy with like, and my doctor was even telling me she was proud of me, which made me feel really good. But she was like, oh, you've you know, like fought to get better. Cause like, I mean, you can't completely control your health, but like there's a certain amount of deciding, like there's a mental thing you have to do where you're going to decide like, okay, am I going to wallow in the suffering, which I don't blame anyone who does, or am I going to like buckle down and do what I can to make this less awful and to like enjoy my life as much as I can. And I decided, I mean, I think part of it's also because I was born disabled too. Like I was born with this, like I've never known anything else. It's not like I ever had to mourn a potential future. Like I didn't think I was going to live this long. So like, I'm just fucking happy to be here. So like, yeah, it's just, I don't know. I didn't want to give up, right? Like I could have just been like, okay, my stomach doesn't work, I'm starving to death, I guess that's it. Or, oh, I can't walk for the 5th time in a row, I'm not gonna try and relearn again, like for the millionth time. I'm not doing this anymore, I give up. Like, and anyone doing that, like I fucking get it. You have to be a stubborn cockroach of an asshole to like just be like, no, I'm gonna relearn how to walk again. Fuck you, gravity, you can't keep me here. And like, also I like doing sex work full time and being able to like afford monetarily and time-wise to be able to like do physiotherapy and get massage therapy so that my back feels better, and like to be able to afford to like eat properly and stuff. Like I recognize that there's privilege in what I've been able to do. If I was on ODSP, I don't know if I'd be able to, but like, yeah, I'm just like really proud of myself. Authority approval feels so good. It's half the reason I'm so on top of going to the dentist. Yes. Yeah, and like, normally I don't look to authority for approval, like, just because like I don't respect authority for the sake of it, but like when it's an authority figure that I do actually trust, that actually understands how much like it's taken Like, it feels really good to have that, all that work, like, seen and acknowledged, rather than it just be like, I don't know, it just means more when it's someone I trust and respect, you know? But yeah, it's been really nice. Like, now I'm just working on getting, like, more physically fit now that I'm past the point of just trying to survive, and I'm to the point where I'm like, okay, like, do I have, like, specific fitness goals? Like, we've worked on my arms and shoulders a little bit post top surgery, just so that, I mean, you have to recover your chest, right? And your arms, because they've been like little T-Rex arms for 2 months, you have to like get your arms back. And now my arms are healthier than they've ever been. My shoulder, like, again, I was saying at the top, like, my shoulders still click, but they don't dislocate like they used to, and my arms are huge. But like, we started it with trying to recover from top surgery and deal with this weird shoulder that I have. And now it's just, oh, well, now that's fine. I guess we can just bulk your arms and your shoulders and your back, because it gives you like gender affirmation, because like I love like just like the arm to chest ratio, like the fact that my arms are so big compared to my chest, like, makes me feel really good that like I'm getting like a really good like upper body silhouette. Like, this area is making me so happy lately, that now I can like be like, oh, what other goals do I have? Like, I used to work on like my butt, not just because like obviously it helps with my legs and it stops my knees from dislocating, my hips from dislocating, it makes me more stable and it's good for my health. But also, like, I wanted a big juicy round butt and I have a big juicy round butt. And like my quads, we started working on those to help with things, and now my quads are just gigantic and they stick out from my body, and that gives me good gender feelings and it makes me feel really good about myself. So like, it's really great to like do working out as not from a place of like self-hatred, because that happens a lot, and not from a place of like, I need to do this to survive, but to be doing it from a place of like, oh, now I'm like, I have goals to make myself even happier. Like, it's a nice place to be. And I'm a happy little camper. Yeah, I've been having a good one. Or at least I've been having a good time when I don't look at the news, I guess, is how I'll put that. The news is depressing as shit. And like, work has been stressful because it's been really slow. So like, money stuff is stressful. But like, on like a personal growth kind of outlook, like I've been good. I've been doing really good, and I am pleased. I'm pleased with myself. Fuck yeah, yeah. Anything else? Like, are you guys like proud of yourself or something? Be proud of yourself. It's Pride Month. Be proud. Be proud. It's Pride Month. You right there. You with the face. My camera is auto-focusing on my face. You be proud. Proud of yourself. If you're not proud of yourself in June, homophobic. Cause like, yeah, being proud, like, I hate the idea that like pride's a sin, because like I understand how like if you take it too far and you become like conceited and act superior to other people, and that's a problem. But like, it's good to be you will be proud of yourself once you're done dealing with your cascade of package fuck ups. Oh, I'm so sorry. That sounds frustrating. What happened? But yeah, like, pride shouldn't be a fucking sin. It's important to like pride isn't a negative. It's important to have good self-esteem and good sense of self-worth, and to recognize yourself, to not have to look for recognition in other people, but to be able to recognize and be secure in yourself as much as possible. Like, you know, social creatures, we need it a little bit from other people, but like, yeah, as much as you can, like, to be like, yeah, I'm dope. You put the wrong address on like 5 different orders that were across like 8 different packages. Oh no. Oh no. That's difficult. I had a friend do something like that where they put the wrong address on their Throne wish list because they're dyslexic, and managed to fix it, but it's a lot. Do the packages have tracking at least? Like, I don't even know how you would begin to fix that as a problem. Like, that sounds like a lot. Gotta do one walk of shame to the neighbors, but one is still in the mail. Are they orders coming into you? Cause I guess, like, if they're just sent to your neighbor's house, that's not the worst. Okay, some shipping will let you update an alternative address. That's helpful. They're coming into you? Okay, so at least you can, like, potentially go grab them and be like, oops. Because if it makes you feel better, Pint, I literally did the same thing with this chair. I hadn't updated on the website I bought this chair from. I had my last apartment's address as like a saved address, and I forgot to change it when I ordered the chair. Because we just moved here, like, because it was 2020, right? And I was like, I need like a desk chair. So I ordered this chair showed up like the next neighborhood over, like our old neighborhood, and it came in like a gigantic box because it's an antique hardwood chair, and Steph had to go get it because I can't carry it. It was, just like showed up at our old apartment, and we're like, yeah, we're just gonna take this chair. Luckily, no one was living in the other apartment yet, so it wasn't like we were just stealing someone's mail. But yeah, I got real careful about switching my address over on all of the other things right after. Like, literally, I was like, oh, while he's going to do that, I'm gonna update everything. I did that once with books that you mailed to your college dorm. Oh my god. I've never had mail to myself when I was in college, at least. I would just mail it to my parents and then pick it up because I would see them often enough. But yeah, it happens. You're fine. I mean, I'm proud of you that you're working on solutions, because that's hard. You think an extraneous trip to Toronto would have made you double check? But you thought you had it, is the thing. Like, you know, you would have fixed it if you thought you'd made an error. Anyway, I gotta run an ad, and I also have to go to the bathroom. So I'm gonna do like a PRB break and run an ad. It's 3 minutes. I'm doing them every hour now so that they interrupt us a lot less. But I'm gonna take a minute just to like stand up and stretch a little bit. And then I will be right back. Stay. You won't miss it. If the BRB screen is up, you're not missing anything. If you're watching an ad, you are not missing anything. Okay, so ad time. Bye. Oh, there's the. Hey, I'm back. Ayo, ayo. I'm glad your important ones hadn't shipped yet. That's important. But yeah, sorry. That break went a little long because I had there's so much shit happening today. I have like a work thing I have to do tonight. That kind of delayed me starting going live because I had to finish most of it before I went live. I have like another meeting tonight and a bunch of discussions about the stuff about the meeting. It's just religion is a lot of work. So much fucking work. Adulting! I'm not good at it, but here I am. This has been the most adult day I have had. It's like, I'm in, and like, so there's like a meeting, like a bunch of like other shit I have to read for TST and like fucking think about before the meeting tonight. And then because there's stuff happening in a bunch of different locations. And then I've got like, there's like a new person launching at work tonight and I have to make sure all the web stuff's done. Which I've got most of it, so it'll just be like the normal web stuff when I'm done here, but it's so much fucking work. So much work. I just want to go to sleep. I'm so tired. And like, I didn't sleep well last night either, so it's not like I'm doing well otherwise. Oh, jeez. I'm so exhausted. There's just so many things. And like, I just didn't want to be like, well, there's like 18 things happening today, so I won't stream. Because I do that every fucking time. I'm like, I'm gonna stream, and then I don't because I have too many things to do. I'm like, fuck it, I'll just stream and we're just chatting, so like if something comes up and I have to do it, then I can do it while talking to you, because I can multitask that. I can't play a video game and multitask, but I can in fact talk to you guys and like occasionally glance over at the like 8,000 notifications that are going on right now. Like no joke, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 different tabs that all have things going on in them. It's so much. And I'm firmly a one thing a day kind of person. Like, I have set my life so I only ever have like one major thing to do per day, maybe like 2 if I have something early and something in the evening. I try not to have too many obligations per day because I get tired really easily. And like, instead, like, my life for the next like month or so looks like fucking ridiculous. And I don't know why. I don't know why I've done this to myself. I honestly, like, the next like couple months is very much a like do a bunch of shit all at once and then nothing, and then a bunch of shit and then nothing. It's great. I love this for me. But yeah, I'm going to YetiCon, not this weekend, but next weekend, and I'm really excited about that. I've got, that's another one of the, like, everything's happening all at once, because I have, like, 3 photo shoots I'm doing while I'm there, which is less than the 5 that I did last year. But yeah, I'm, like, doing YetiCon, and I'm really excited. And then, like, I've got my cosplays planned out for what I'm gonna wear. So currently, the first day I'm gonna be Nurse from Silent Hill, because Lucy's doing Pyramid Head. But I'm doing a bikini version, or a bathing suit version, because I'm silly. Like, I'm bringing the dress too, so like if I get cold after we shoot in the bathing suits or whatever, I can just like switch. But I got that, and then I'm doing Rebecca from Cyberpunk on Saturday for like the first half, and then I'm switching to Power the second half, and then I'll honestly probably I can do either of them honestly because both of them are pretty warm. So like when it gets like if it gets cooler, I can both of them have sweaters. And I've got bikini versions of both, plus their canon outfits. Except for Rebecca, I don't technically have a canon top anymore because the bra I was using for her doesn't fit me anymore because I got too muscular and it doesn't fit. Not that bras fit me particularly well now anyway, but I was like, I'll just stuff socks in them, it'll be fine. Yeah, it doesn't fit at all anymore. So now I'm just doing like the bikini version because I am. And then Sunday, maybe I'll just bring my like Spider-Gwen stuff because it doesn't take up much space and the movie just came out and that'll be fun. I'm not shooting in it, but like, because I'm shooting a bunch of Gwen stuff for October or September, for September. So, but like, yeah, maybe I'll just bring it for fun, for funsies, because it's not a particularly difficult thing to wear. It's topical, yeah. I fucking lucked out. So I shot the Spider-Gwen suspension shoot that I put out last week. I specifically shot with the timing of the new movie coming out, like on purpose. And I'd had the idea to do a underpass suspension as Gwen like years ago. But it didn't work out timing wise in 2020 because I had like other stuff I was shooting. And then also when it came around time to like shoot it, it was like way too hot and I couldn't. And then 2021, I think I mostly forgot or I had like other shit. And then 2020, and I was like, hadn't suspended for a while. Then 2022, I just had top surgery, so I couldn't. Like I can't suspend on a fucking healing chest. So I'm like, okay, finally I can do it. And the movie's just come out. That's really good timing. So, that was great. That I planned. What I didn't plan, basically I did a Spider-Gwen shoot like two months ago it came out, I think. I shot it in like the middle of the winter, but I shot that because Lex had a Rain studio and I was like, oh well, what do I want to shoot in the Rain studio because that's dope. What do I have that would work well in the rain? And I'm like, well, I have a couple options. So I gave Lex a couple options, and I think we ended up going like Gwen because some of the stuff was like all black, and that wouldn't really work in the dark, in the rain. Like it just wouldn't show up as well in like a black room. So we ended up going with Gwen because it would just overall kind of work the best in the room, and then also like Spider-Man movies always have rain. Like the fucking the it's not a plot spoiler, but there is a point in the new movie where there's rain. And I'm like, yes. I am psychic. But yeah, I was like, hell yeah. This is topical. I've planned stuff. I plan stuff even when I don't know what's happening. I try so hard to like plan my shoots. Like right now I have my shoots planned until the end of October. I have everything planned, including like what week it's gonna come out for some of them. And I have most of December planned and one thing in November. So yeah, I have 3 more shoots to figure out for November, 1 for December, and then I have the whole year planned for what I'm shooting. So that's fun. I plan stuff like way in advance. I try and give myself some flexibility so that like if something comes up, like there's like a meme or something that I want to shoot, like I can do that. Like 2 of the shoots that I'm doing for July, I'm waiting for some stuff to show up, but I'm doing some like Resident Evil 4 related stuff, which I would have done earlier for this month, but I'd already had all the stuff for this month planned when RE4 came out, and I didn't think of it ahead of time. I came up with a dope idea though, that I'm glad I waited so I could have like a cool idea, because I don't want to buy wigs. I don't like buying wigs. I spend like $300 on my hair every other month. I would like to not wear wigs. So instead of doing Leon or Ada, I'm like, what if Bella Dimitrescu just put Ada and Leon's outfits on? I'll just do that. Hello, Lord Roddy, welcome to chat. Nice to see you, nice to see you. Sorry, I have lights in my eyes, so I can't read very well. But it's nice to see you. Welcome in, welcome in. And it's going good. We're just talking about my YetiCon plans because I'm going to a convention in a week and a bit. I'm really excited. I'm really excited. And then while I'm already north, I'm going to see my parents, so that'll be fun. Yeah, it's so cool. I've got 3 shoots planned, and both the Silent Hill one and the Chainsaw Man one are gonna be duo sets with Lucy, which will be nice. I think the only set I'm doing that's solo is the Cyberpunk one, but I'm super excited. You've never been to a convention? I'd love to though. Conventions are fun. Because I mainly go to conventions to like cosplay and hang out, I don't enjoy the like convention hall experience as much. Like, cause there's some in Toronto where it's just like a convention hall and you go in and there's a dealer's room with like merch and there's an artist alley, which is great. And then just like panels and things, and it's just crowded and it's not fun to cosplay in. Like, I'm there to hang out and cosplay. So YetiCon is kind of the best Toronto, like Ontario con for that, because it's like outside and there's a lot of space, and it also like encourages people to do like bathing suit versions because everyone's hanging out in the pools and at the beach. So it's a fun time. And it's like a lot more relaxed, which I like, and there's other shit to do. Some people are odd in conventions though. Yeah, I mean, people are odd in general. It is how it is. And when you get people with like, I would say niche interests, you're gonna have some niche people. I mean, yeah, and it like depends on like the kind of odd, because there's like harmless odd where people are just like Naruto running in the halls or like dressing funny or being goofy. I've definitely had friends that like were goofy and it was great. And like, that's great. But then, you know, you get the people who are the reason that the cosplay doesn't equal consent signs are everywhere. So like, you know, it varies. But like, you go with like a friend or two and hang out and it's a good time. You went to a mini convention and you dressed up as like a Soviet, I don't know what that word is, like a soldier, I assume? Yeah, I mean, mini conventions are also conventions. God, 8 million notifications, and for why? Russian thug? Oh! With the Adidas tracksuits, the hat, and weird sunglasses. Yes, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. It's kind of like the Russian version of the like, yes. I know what you mean. I think I've seen memes of it before. Yeah, that's dope. I mean, that seems very, very comfy. Where am I from? I am here in Toronto right now. I've lived here for a very long time. I'm from around Toronto, like rural Ontario, Canada. So yeah. I'm in North America. I'm in the Canada. I'm in the bit that's on that's filled with smoke because we're on fire. Not that I guess that narrows it down. I think most of Canada's on fire right now. Canada, yeah, we're America's hat. We're America's little cum hat. Yeah. We're like America, but you don't have to pay as much for healthcare. It's great. You're from Italy? Sweet. I have a friend who's in Italy right now, I think. He's American though, I believe. But he's in Italy right now. He keeps sending me pictures of dope like statues and things because he keeps going to museums. You're half Japanese? Hell yeah. Hell yeah, hell yeah. I am half English, half Irish in heritage. Which is fun because like I will say Irish funerals, most fun funerals in the world. Like literally when my grandma died, we did like a week-long pub crawl. Just went drinking and doing karaoke and shit for like a week. It was great. Yeah. I think other stuff is going on. Because I've talked about my new meds and I see Satanist in your tags. You a Satanist or something. I am in fact a Satanist. I am a non-theistic romantic Satanist and a member of TST, the Satanic Temple. So I don't believe in a literal Satan, but I see Satan as like a archetype of like rebellion against tyranny. Have a good one, Pint. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate the lurk. Don't curse your ass. Wow, I mean, I don't believe in magic either. Not like, really, I mean, ritual is sort of brain hacking more than it's anything. But yeah, no, I don't do curses. Even when I was like Wiccan, I didn't really believe in magic like that. But yeah, no, Satan is just like specifically the Satan from the romantic satanic literary tradition from like the 1800s. Over here, Satanism means pure evil. I mean, a lot of people think that, and like, I mean, in the Vatican, I can believe that too. Like, but yeah, I'm trying to think. I don't think we have any TST congregations in Italy. We do have one in like the Belgium, Netherlands, Luxembourg area. We have one in England. You're not against Satanism at school? Yeah. I mean, you're asking questions. That's cool. Like, most people haven't like met Satanists before. Like, I'm totally open to like questions and things as long as they're respectful, and you're being respectful so far, so you're good. But yeah, so like think of it as, I guess, based in the literary tradition of like, Revolt of Angels by Anatole France is like a really big book, but you'd probably know like Paradise Lost by Milton, or Dante's Inferno. Like, I guess some more like Paradise Lost. Like that's sort of the sort of vibe, like the romantic era, like 1800s, like literary tradition, where it's used as Satan's used as like a symbol of like the French Revolution and revolution generally, and like political revolt against like church and king, basically, and for like reason and democracy and science and compassion, like that's sort of the vibe that we go for with like romantic Satanism. It's a fairly new version of the Satanisms. Thank you for the follow, I appreciate it. But yeah, like, I think TST has only been around for like a decade. And it was very small for the start of it. It's getting bigger now, but yeah, I mean, I'm always open to answer questions. Like, everyone in TST kind of has their own little perspective on it, but for the most part, we're pretty left wing. Anywhere from like liberal-ish to very progressive. We're usually like pretty queer positive. It's a nice crew. Sounds political? Yeah, I mean, it can be. I mean, the politics kind of follows from the religion, I guess. Where like believing that it is important to fight tyranny means that, like, you know, when you see tyranny then in the world, you'll like fight it. But it's the same way that like Christians that actually follow Christ's teachings would like be inspired on his teachings to like help the poor, to like, you know, volunteer at soup kitchens, or to vote for politicians that fund like social services and that sort of thing. You find politics stupid? I mean, yes and no. I mean, a lot of politics stuff is stupid because it's just like corrupt and it doesn't mean anything, and it's just a bunch of like, it's like a team sport thing. But like, politics is important when it actually has like real world impact on people's day-to-day life, and like whether or not people are forced into suffering or have access to things to alleviate suffering. Like that's kind of the stuff I tend to appreciate. Is like, I really want to learn how to like help people and reduce suffering as much as I can. You recently got voting rights, but you doubt you'd vote. I mean, that is up to you. It is your right to abstain if you don't think anyone is worth your vote. That is totally up to you. I have voted in every election that I've been eligible to vote in except one, because I was moving in the middle of it. And it was like a local municipal election, so like I wasn't really sure where I was moving to. And yeah, I mean, I tend to vote for things because like if I don't vote, then I don't really get a say in politics. Has basically become the sport of governing. Yeah, which I hate. But I tend to try and vote for people who will do the least harm possible, especially local elections, because like here I can vote. Like right now we're doing a municipal election in Toronto and we're voting for mayor, because our mayor had to leave for being, he had an affair with an employee, so like he's dumb. But like voting for someone who's going to like fund public transit and put money into like bike lanes and projects for like the arts and parks so that we have access to public spaces, and work on affordable housing and like stuff that will like actually impact on like whether or not I can still afford to live here and still have access to stuff here, is like really important, versus like our current mayor who just constantly increases the police budget and doesn't fund anything else. Like having someone progressive as mayor would be nice. And like, I don't know, like currently our premier of Ontario is like decimating green space and is corrupt and is giving money to like developers to build in land that's supposed to be public land. It's really annoying. I can't stand politics. I mean, that's totally like your prerogative. I find it frustrating but necessary for me. But again, like also like I'm trans and a lot of like laws are being passed around the world to like take my rights away. So like I feel kind of like I don't have much of a choice, that I have to be engaged somewhat to like fight back against that, or to like there's just like a certain amount that like being engaged is necessary when your rights are at risk. You did like politics until the Ukraine business. I mean, yeah, war is a whole thing. Local politics tends to actually affect voters more directly, making it more important. Yeah, and like, but also like it's weird here because like municipalities in Canada don't have as much power as it would be nice for them to have. Like healthcare is funded provincially, and there's like a lot of like land stuff that's provincial, even within cities. Or like our premier has interfered in our local municipal elections before, which is super, like in the middle of an election, which is not great. So like, yeah, I mean, and like I'm disabled, so like I have to vote for healthcare and stuff. It's a whole deal where like I feel it's necessary to like vote for stuff. But like I have no issue if people like decide that no candidate speaks to them. Like it's your choice. Like I would say you could vote for the lesser of evils, but I mean it's your choice. I just choose to. I'm trans. Yes, I am in fact trans and non-binary. I have no titties. I had top surgery like a year and a bit ago. Yeah, I use any pronouns are fine. I don't really care. Which is nice because it makes it hard for people to fuck up. It's like, just pick one. Whatever one you want is fine. Or use all of them interchangeably. Use like all of them in the same sentence. I don't care. That's dope. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, kinda. Like I'm not trying to be like a man, you know? I don't know if that makes sense. I'm like kind of in between, but more to the masculine side, if that makes sense. Like I'm not on hormones currently. I've been thinking about it, but I haven't really decided. But yeah, I like being in the middle. And like I still wear dresses. I wear suits. I wear dudes' clothes. I wear girls' clothes. Depends how I'm feeling. I like playing in the middle. Essentially, I like looking when I'm like girl mode though. I really like dressing like some fucked up like horror creature of some kind, like a vampire or like a ghost, or just like I like being as horrifying as possible. Your cousin's the same way? Hell yeah. And then when I'm like a dude, I just like being comfy. There was renewed talk of turning Toronto into a city province like Berlin is, separate from Ontario. Yeah. Like, the GTA is just so big that it's like complicated, and it's also hard because like we're so big that we take so much resources away from the rest of Ontario too, just by virtue of having all of the people. He does take hormones. Dude's got a big ass beard and everything. Oh hell yeah! I love that for him. Like I don't personally want facial hair, but for friends of mine who have transitioned who did, like getting on testosterone and like getting like finally getting that beard to like grow in properly is like such a big moment. I'm so happy. But yeah, I definitely like when like hearing people are doing the transition thing and are happy. Yeah. Before he took them, I talked to him about like a few times, make sure he actually wants to go down that path. Yeah, it's definitely something you have to like consider, because like I thought about top surgery for a while before I decided that I really wanted it. Like, and it honestly just took like being like, honestly, lockdown helped because I was away from people for a bit and got to just like, without outside influence, just be like, okay, how do I actually feel in isolation about just having boobs? I fucking hate them. Cool, I'll get rid of them. And then with like the hormone thing, like sitting and really thinking about like, okay, what would be the changes, and like which ones would I like, which ones do I not want, and like cost benefit. And it's like, my dad's bald, I don't want to lose my hair, so that's already a problem. I find facial hair, like the texture irritates me. I could shave, but like I don't know. There's like a lot of changes where I don't want them. The only real changes that I'd be cool with is like a little bit of the like your facial structure changes a little bit, and your muscle distribution and fat distribution changes a little bit, and your voice drops. Like that stuff I'd be interested in, but like a lot of the more permanent stuff, not so much. You feel bad about saying that he might regret it? I mean, yeah, I mean, I've had people say the same thing about like my tattoos too, and about my chest. It's like, it's good to make sure like, hey, are you sure? Okay, you're sure, great, cool, we can do this then. But like, it is good to think about like, to like really think about it first. Like, I definitely thought about my first tattoo a lot. Now I don't. I don't think about them quite as long, because it's like I'm already covered in them. It's like whatever. But yeah, with like any body modification, you have to like consider like, okay, what if I regret this? What will I do? Or this is permanent. Like, am I really sure that's what I want for myself? Because it's not like buying a t-shirt where you can just switch to a different t-shirt. It's like, it's very permanent. You want tattoos? You want Zeus the Thunder God going up my arm? That would be sick. Arm tattoos are great too, because you got a lot of space and it doesn't hurt too bad. Because I've got this one, so it's like most of my bicep. But yeah, I love bicep tattoos. They're sick. Thank you, I appreciate it. Yeah, I have a lot of tattoos. Can't see a lot of them with my clothes on, like on Twitch, because I have them on like my thighs and my feet, and I have a knee tattoo, and my whole back done. So like really, most of the tattoos on Twitch, you can only see my arm ones. You recently turned 18, so you're really wanting them now? Yeah, like I've always wanted tattoos since I was like young. I was like trying to plan out what I thought I wanted when I was in high school. Didn't end up getting any of the things that I thought I was gonna get in high school. I've run with some of the ideas, like some of the stuff that I wanted. I have like, it's like, okay, I know I wanted this thing tattooed, but like, you know, I've gone with like artists that know how to design things rather than just me with no art skills doodling. But I think I got my first tattoo when I was in my early 20s, like 23 or something. Where I have other tattoos. So I have like my whole arm done, like it's all everywhere. And then I have another moon on, they're mirrored, so I have a moon there. It's hard to see with the thing. I have my whole back done. I have big bat wings on my shoulders and then like an apple tree down my spine. And then I have, you can't see them on stream, but I have like all of this is tattooed. This whole section. I have this knee, I have like a sleeve. Well, I guess you can see that. I have like a cyberpunk knee thing. I'm getting the shading done on Sunday. And then I have both the tops of both of my feet done. I have a stick and poke on my left foot and then like a proper tattoo on my right foot. And oh, I have a stomach tattoo as well, which I always forget. Which is weird because it's right there, but yeah, I forget. Tattoos on feet, that's a new one. Yeah, it's the tops of my feet. So like, you know, you see people get their hands tattooed, it's like that, but it's on my feeties. And I can't show them on Twitch because it's TOS, but yes, I have both feet tattooed. And I have many, many, many more plans. Like, I'm currently working on doing a whole sleeve on my right leg, which is why I have like that thigh tattooed and I have that foot done. I'm gonna probably fill up that leg. I have something I want on this arm. And that's most of what I have planned so far as like actual stuff. But like, yeah, my right leg, it's gonna be like from my butt to my toes. Your friend has them on his hands, neck, arms, face, basically everywhere, over 32 tattoos at 22. Yeah, he's probably like, I imagine he has like either a well-paying job somehow at that age, or he's doing like trade or something. Cause like, I have probably about 70 hours worth of tattoos because I tend to do, he's French and he makes music. Yeah, cool. I tend to do fewer super big pieces rather than a bunch of little ones. Cause like, I know my sleeve looks like it's a bunch of little ones, but I got a lot of these done as like in like all at once. And like, yeah, all my thigh pieces and stuff are huge. But yeah, I might just be like, I was very broke for a very long time. So it's not until like my mid to late 20s that I had like the money for tattoos. And I can only really afford to do like one a year, basically. You want some anime stuff on your arm and your grandma's name on your wrist? Yeah, hell yeah. It's always fun to get stuff that like you're passionate about, and that means a lot. Or like, I also really like getting art stuff because then you can always reinterpret it. So like, I tend to try and get, like I have a tattoo on my foot that's like based on, it's like loosely based on a demon, but it's not of the demon or it's not like his sigil or anything. It's just like loosely based on stuff that's associated with them. Because then if I decide I don't really like demonology anymore, it still means something outside of that, or it's still a beautiful piece outside of that. Because this is like a demon that's like heralded with horns or whatever, and I used to play horn in high school, so I've just got some music stuff. It's like what my friend said, he expresses himself through his tattoos. Yeah, exactly. I feel like the same way, where like I get things tattooed where like either the art or the symbol or whatever means something to me. I have half an hour before I have a billion meetings and I have a bunch of shit to read and I have to eat dinner. So I'm gonna raid out actually now. It's been really good talking to everybody. I'm sorry to cut this off suddenly, but like I have so much shit to do today. It's ridiculous. Thank you for the new follow, Lord Roddy, and the resubs, Pint and Lucy. I appreciate you guys so much. Please stick around for the raid if you can. We're gonna be raiding, yeah, let's raid another Canadian who's doing some just chatting as well. I think she's gonna be playing, some Dead by Daylight in a bit, I think. But yeah, her name's Ashley Roboto. She kind of like lives in the area. She's dope. Please be respectful in chat. And yeah, thank you so much for hanging out. And I will see you all soon. You're about to go to sleep? Yeah, it's late where you are, for sure. Yeah, have a good one. I appreciate you all so much. And yeah, I'll see you next time.